Welcome to John Lewis 3D Learning. In this presentation, we are going to see chemical changes and reactions. The topic is characteristics of chemical reactions. So let us begin with some questions here. How are chemical reactions characterized? How will you come to know whether a chemical reaction is taking place or has taken place already? Is there any clue for that? So that is what is the question means. How are chemical reactions characterized? By changes that are quite easily observed. By observing some of the changes that has taken place, we can conclude a chemical reaction has taken place. So what will be the next question then? What are those changes which could be observed? So what are the changes that could be quite easily observed? So there are so many changes which could be observed, but only 4 changes could be easily observed. Okay, so what are those 4 characteristics or 4 changes that could be easily observed? So the first one is evolution of gas. So when you are mixing two things, they can react with one another. A gas will be released. So that can be visualized by seeing the effervescence that is taking place. So you might have released when you are releasing a cool drinks bottle, you can get some effervescence coming out. That is, the carbon dioxide gas is coming out in the form of effervescence. That is what is evolution of gas. So just by observing that, we can come to know a chemical reaction takes place there. And second thing, change of color. So the reactant may be in one color, the product may be in some other color. Therefore, when a chemical reaction takes place, there will be change of color. By observing that, we can conclude a chemical reaction has taken place there. And what is the third observation? Formation of precipitate. So when you mix two salt solutions, so that will be like water, very clear solution. That looks like water. But when you mix them up, what will happen? You will get a solid precipitate. So that is one of the products is solid. That is why the precipitate is formed. So by observing the formation of precipitate, we can conclude a chemical reaction is taking place there. And what is the fourth one? Change of state. So the reactant may be in gaseous state, the product may be in solid state or liquid state, or the reactants may be in solid state, the product may be in liquid state, or vice versa. The reactants may be liquids and the product may be solid or gas. So anything it could be. There will be change of state. There is a change of physical state from one form to the other form. Solid to liquid, liquid to gas, gas to solid. So all these things are change of state. Okay, now let us see some example for all these 4 cases. So evolution of gas. For example, here you take zinc in a beaker. For example, here I'll show you exactly with a highlighter. So this is a container. So zinc granules is taken here, and either dilute hydrochloric acid or sulfuric acid you can add. So what happens? Zinc reacts with dilute hydrochloric acid and sulfuric acid. Hydrogen gas is evolved with effervescence. So there will be some effervescence and hydrogen gas will be released. By observing the effervescence and the release of the gas, we can come to know the reaction is taking place there. Okay, so the equation is zinc reacts with dilute sulfuric acid, zinc sulfate is formed and hydrogen gas is released. Instead of sulfuric acid, if you take hydrochloric acid, zinc chloride will form and hydrogen gas will be released. Okay, so how that release of gas can be observed? By observing the effervescence that is taking place in the container. Hope it is very clear. So what is it? Change of color. See, for example, here we have taken copper sulfate solution in a container which is blue in color. Because copper sulfate is blue in color, the solution is blue in color. And you are keeping a nail made of iron. And slowly you can observe the blue color changes into green and a brown deposits forms on the surface of the iron nail. So why this happens? So the change of color indicates there is a chemical reaction taking place. So that what is a chemical reaction taking place here? The iron present in the nail slowly displaces the copper from copper sulfate. So the copper separates out, and which is brown in color and gets deposited on the iron nail. So that is why the brown copper deposits on the iron nail appears as brown on the surface. Whereas the iron present in the nail displaces copper in the copper sulfate solution and forms ferrous sulfate solution. So which is green in color. That's why the blue color changes into green color. So by observing these changes, we can conclude a chemical reaction is taking place there. So iron plus copper sulfate, that's blue in color, changes into green ferrous sulfate plus brown copper. Clear? By change of color we can conclude a chemical reaction is taking place there. So what is our next observation? Formation of precipitate. So what is formation of precipitate? See here, we have taken sodium chloride salt solution here. We have taken sodium chloride salt solution here, and silver nitrate is mixed with sodium chloride here. So both are clear solution. So like water, no, they appear. But when silver nitrate is added to sodium chloride salt solution, suddenly a white precipitate appears. That means one of the products formed here is solid in nature. That is why this solid white precipitate appears. Therefore, by observing the formation of the precipitate, it may be in any color. Here the silver chloride is white in color, that's why the white color appears. So there are so many other reactions in which we can get different colors based on the color of the products formed. Okay, hope it is very clear. By observing the formation of the precipitate, we can understand a chemical reaction is taking place there. Okay, what is the fourth observation? Change of state. As I told you before, so a gas can be turned into solid or liquid can be turned into gas and solid, and a solid may be turned into liquid or gas. For example, here you take ammonia plus hydrogen chloride, both are gases. Ammonia and hydrogen chloride are gases. You might be knowing hydrochloric acid is a solution. That is, by dissolving this hydrogen chloride gas in water, we are preparing hydrogen chloride solution. So hydrogen chloride is actually a gas. Only after dissolving it in water, we get hydrochloric acid solution. Okay, so ammonia and hydrogen chloride gases, when they mix together, ammonium chloride salt is formed. How can you prove this one? See, for example, you take a test tube here. So this is a tube, long tube. So from one end of the tube we are passing ammonia gas. So we are passing ammonia gas from the left side end of the tube, and from the right side end of the tube we are passing hydrogen chloride gas. So when they are passing through the tube from opposite ends, at one point they meet together, no, both the gases meet together, and there forms a ring, a solid substance known as ammonium chloride. So ammonium chloride is solid, whereas ammonia and hydrogen chloride are gases. Okay, so let us see one more example. Carbon is a solid substance and sulfur is also a solid substance. But when you mix these two, what do you get? Carbon disulfide liquid. So in both the reactions, what happened? There is a change of physical state. So by observing the change in the physical nature or the physical state, we can conclude a chemical reaction might have taken place there. So these are the four characteristics which can be observed, no, for a chemical reaction, whether that has happened or not. That is an indicator for us to understand whether the chemical reaction has taken place or not. Okay, let us recap very quickly. So how are chemical reactions characterized? By changes that are quite easily observed. So what are the changes that could be quite easily observed? The four changes which could be easily observed. What are they? Evolution of gas, changes of color, and then formation of precipitates, and then finally change of physical states. So these are the four easily observed characteristics which tell us whether a chemical reaction is taking place or has taken place already or not. Hope you understood, you liked it. And so watch it again until you understand it very thoroughly. Hope you liked all the examples and all the pictorial presentation here. Thank you very much for watching. Please, if you like it, please share it with your friends and subscribe my channel. Until we meet next time, bye bye.